You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White sports fans, the NBA Finals Game 1 was last night. Suns versus Bucks. You would think that the talk would actually be about the game. However, the Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor thing has bled over into the NBA Finals. As we all know, Rachel Nichols was replaced in the NBA bubble for Maria Taylor. And this season in the NBA Finals also, Rachel Nichols is taking a back seat at ESPN, and they have put Malika Andrews in her place. Guys, the Twitter mob is now outraged by Chris Paul responding to Malika Andrews' questions at the end of the game. Chris Paul was tremendous last night. He had 32 points, if I'm not mistaken. Suns win Game 1. You would think that the talking point would actually be about the Suns winning Game 1 pretty handily. But oh no. The Twitter mob believes that Chris Paul was being disrespectful to Malika Andrews because he is, I guess they think he's Team Rachel Nichols. And the reason why they're actually saying this is because Chris Paul is friends with LeBron James. And of course, LeBron James' advisor was actually caught on the leak audio talking to Rachel Nichols. And Twitter is not having it whatsoever. They believe he was being disrespectful to Malika Andrews. And folks, that is not the case. This is insane. Look here on Outkick here. It says, now NBA fans think Chris Paul was rude to Malika Andrews because he's Team Rachel Nichols. They're just making assumptions because of the LeBron James connection. And like I said before, LeBron James' advisor was on the leak audio talking to Rachel Nichols. This is absolutely insane. Now, there is a clip here. I recommend that you guys actually go and listen to it for yourself, okay? Because there was really nothing wrong with the answers he gave to Malika Andrews. None whatsoever. I would play the clip here, but there's music in the background and it'll probably end up getting copyrighted. But one of the answers that he actually gave at the end, he was actually referring to his left hand. Well, Malika Andrews, it says here, Malika Andrews just asked Chris Paul about his banged up left hand. He said, I don't know what you're talking about, Malika. And that was pretty much it. Because, you know, in the NBA Finals, you don't want to show that you're actually hurt because teams actually go after that. That was pretty simple. Nothing more to it. But the Twitter mob now thinks that Chris Paul is being disrespectful to her. Look at some of these comments here. This one person says, I want you to notice how CP3 did Malika Andrews. It was subtle, but he knew what that moment really meant. Another person here says, trying to embarrass our sister, Malika Andrews. We're not going for it, CP3. Show our black sister the respect you show your white leader. I don't know how they make these assumptions, but let's go on. Isn't CP3 the president of the Players Union? Then why did he act like a little kid during Malika Andrews' interview? Didn't he realize that was her first time on that stage? These people are deranged. They are completely deranged folks. She asked him about plays in the game. He answered like any other player would. But these people are just so triggered by this whole Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor thing. I guess you got to take sides. You either team Maria Taylor or you're team Rachel Nichols. I haven't heard any evidence whatsoever that CP3 was picking a side based on his answers to Malika Andrews. Insane. Another person here, CP3. Why would you do Malika like that? Oh, and I heard you were on that call with Rachel Nichols, you simp. Instead of calling her Rachel Nichols, they call her Rachel Nichols because, you know, the race narrative has been pushed out there based on what Rachel Nichols had to say about Maria Taylor taking her job in the bubble last season. This just doesn't make any sense. Here we go again. The other person. Hey, CP3. Why did you have to make Malika Andrews' job difficult at the end of that interview on purpose? Did Rachel Nichols tell you to do that? Or did LeBron give you those marching orders? After everything ESPN did to hinder blacks in their company, you decide to make it difficult for another black woman who was thrown into the fire of covering the NBA Finals, uncomfortable when she was asking you questions. Just despicable behavior. I guess you're still Team Rachel, huh? Folks, these people are out of their mind. Out of their mind. Let's read another one here. CP3, I'm rooting for you to win this championship, but I didn't like how you talked to Malika Andrews when she interviewed you. Why would you be so nasty in correcting her? If it was Rachel, you would have not done that. Yes, we know the relationship link. Just don't do it again, bruh. These people have lost it, folks. Twitter is not reality. We have been saying that time and time again. That's why I'm not on Twitter. Of course, you know, Black and White Sports is on Twitter. That's the only time I ever go on there. I'm not on Twitter. It is a complete dumpster fire. And these people are throwing Chris Paul under the bus. He's getting caught in the middle of this whole Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor thing. He was not being disrespectful to Malika Andrews. These people are just so outraged about the whole situation that they're just going to throw Chris Paul under the bus. CP3, Chris Paul, do your thing. Answer the questions. You weren't being disrespectful. These people are just deranged lunatics. Deranged lunatics on Twitter. A lot of people are like that. This is absolutely ridiculous, folks. Do you guys actually think that Chris Paul was being disrespectful to Malika Andrews? I just don't see it. I just don't see it whatsoever. There's no evidence whatsoever. And I watched that clip several times. I wish I could actually play it here for you guys. I watched that clip like 3 or 4 times. I didn't see anything disrespectful. I just didn't. These people are just completely insane, folks. Completely have lost their minds. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this, Black and White Sports fans? Let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.